this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we're doing whole numbers and we're going to do division today. So here we have a problem. 13 divided by 4, that is equal to 3 with a remainder of 1. The 4 in this question is known as the divisor. It's a thing that we're dividing by, so we call it the divisor. 3 is our answer over here. 3 is what we call the quotient. And because the number does not divide exactly, we have a remainder of 1. So there's 3 new words that we're going to be using today. Divisor, this one, quotient, and remainder. All right, so let's look at our examples. Number 1, consider 31 divided by 7. Find the quotient and remainder. So let's find out what 31 divided by 7 is. Now to do that, we need to know a little bit about our 7 times tables. So if we go 7 times 1, that's 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. And 7 times 5 is 35. So we want the timetable that is just the highest timetable we can get that is close to 31 but doesn't go over 31. So 7 times 5, which was 35, that's a little bit too big. So 7 times 4 was 28. So that means that 7 can go into 31 4 times, because 4 sevens was 28, and we will have a remainder, so I'll put a little r here for remainder, and we count on from 28, 29, 30, 31. So we have a remainder of 3. Okay, so to answer this question, find the quotient and the remainder. The quotient is going to be equal to 4, and the remainder is equal to 3. Write the equivalent multiplication. So multiplication is the reverse of division. So instead of saying 31 divided by 7 is equal to 4, remainder 3, what we can do is we can say 31 is equal to 7 times 4 plus our remainder, plus 3. Okay, so that's writing it as a multiplication instead of as a division. Let's look at question 2. We want to find 45,000 over 90. Now a fraction means the same thing as divide, so it's really 45,000 divided by 90. Now the first thing I like to do, if there is zeros on the top and bottom, we can cancel them off. So there's 1 0 on the bottom, we can cancel 1 0 off on the top so that there's no zeros left on the bottom. Then what we can do is look at the numbers here that are not zeros. I'm going to ignore these 2 zeros here on the top, and I'm going to find out what 45 divided by 9 is. 45 divided by 9 goes 5 times, and these zeros here we just put at the end. Okay, so 45,000 divided by 90 is 500. In question 3, we're going to do a short division. So here is my division question. I have 774 and I want to divide that by 6. So the first thing we do is look at this first number. It's a 7. 7, can I divide that by 6? Well, yes, there is 1 6 that fits in 7, and I would have a remainder of 1. So I put that over in the next number. Now I look at this next number, so that becomes 17. 17 divided by 6, okay, so that would be 6 times 2 would work, because that's 12. 6 times 3 is 18, which is too big. So 6 times 2, so 2, it would go twice. Okay, that would be 12. So how many extra numbers? What's my remainder in here? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have a remainder of 5. I put that over here. Now I want to do 54 divided by 6. So I hope you know your 6 times tables. That goes exactly 9 times. So 774 divided by 6 goes 129 times. So that's short division, but today we also want to be able to use what's called long division. Okay, now we use long division often when we want to multiply by big numbers that we don't necessarily have times tables memorized for. So what I like to do first of all is write down on the side of my page, write down a few times tables for my divisor here. So 15. So some 15 times tables. 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2, so I'm just adding on 15 each time. That's going to make 30. 15 times 3, add on another 15 onto here, will make 45. 15 times 4, add another 15, is 60. 15 times 5 is 75. I'm actually going to need a few of these. 15 times 6 goes 90. 15 times 7 makes 105. Let's see if that's enough. You might always have to come back and do some more if you find that your numbers in here are too big. So, looking at our question, 5,565 divided by 15. So what I want to do is look at my numbers up here and see which number is the biggest. Looking at my first two numbers here, I have 55. Which is the biggest number I can use without going over? So 60 is too big, so 45. 15 times 3 is 45. So 55 can be divided by 15 3 times. So I'm going to put the 3 here above this second 5. But 3 times 15 is actually 45. So I'm going to write that result underneath. 45 goes there. So this is long division. What that allows me to do is now do a little calculation here for my remainder. What's left over after I do that? 5 minus 5 is nothing, but 5 minus 4 is 1. So my number that I have left is 10, which is too small to fit any 15s in. So what I do now is I bring down my next number, which is a 6. 106 is now my number. So looking through these numbers, 106, well, this is 105, so that's pretty close, and it's just underneath. So there would be 7 15s. So I put that here, 7 15s that fit into 106, because 7 times 15 is 105. I write that there. Put a line underneath, and now we subtract. 6 minus 5 goes once. 0 minus 0 is nothing, and 1 minus 1 is also nothing. So my remainder there is just 1. So I need to bring down my last number, which is a 5. So 15, that's nice and easy, isn't it? 15 divided by 15 goes exactly once. So in order to finish this correctly, 1 times 15 is 15 here, and I have 0 remainder. Okay, so that goes exactly 371 times. So coming up in the future, you are going to get some questions where you have a remainder, but not today. So let's look at our next question. We want to divide 9,072 by 21. So let's write down a few 21 times tables. So 21 times 1 is 21. 21 times 2 is 42. 21 times 3 is, we're adding 21 onto here, 63. 21 times 4 is 84. 21 times 5 is 105. Hopefully that will be enough. Let's see how we go. So 9 is too small, so let's start with the first two numbers, 90. So looking through here, we don't want to go over 90. So 84 would be the number. So 90 divided by 21 would go 4 times. I'm going to draw a little line across here so that doesn't get confusing. A bit tight in there, sorry about that. 4 times 21 is 84. We write that underneath. Let's subtract. 0 minus 4, can't do that, so we're going to borrow from here. So that's 8, and that's a 1. 10 minus 4 is 6. 8 minus 8 is nothing. So let's bring down our next number, bring down the 7. So we have 67. Looking through here, we can do 63. So 21 times 3. So 3 would be next. Makes 63. So subtracting, 7 minus 3 goes 4 times. 6 minus 6 is nothing. So 4, let's bring down our last number, which is a 2. So now we have 42, and 42 is one of my numbers here. It's 21 times 2. So 42 divided by 21 goes exactly 2 times, which is 42 down here with a remainder of 0. So our answer is 432. So short division is given the name because as you can see, it's not very much working out. Our remainders go in here underneath our division sign. Long division is longer because it has a little bit more working out that we like to show by going down here underneath our division sign. So this is short division and this is long division. Time for you to have a practice. So here is a few questions, just like the ones we've just done together. I want you to pause the video and see if you can do these questions and then restart to see the answers. Okay, so question 1. Consider 43 divided by 6. Find the quotient and the remainder. Well, all right, 43 divided by 6. So 6 times tables. Well, I know 6 sevens are 42. So that means it's going to go 7 times. If that makes 42, that means I have a remainder of 1. So my quotient is equal to 7 and my remainder is equal to 1. So write the equivalent multiplication. 43 could be written as a multiplication to be 6 times 7 plus 1. Okay? Question 2, we want to find 1,200 divided by 40. I can cross off a 0 from the top and the bottom. Then I could do 12 divided by 4 goes 3 times. And this 0 is just going to come here. So the answer is 30. Question 3, a short division. We want to divide this number, 40,715. We want to divide that by 5. So 4 divided by 5 we actually can't do. So what we do is we take that 4 and put it straight in front of the 0. 40 divided by 5 goes exactly 8 times. There's no remainder. Go to the 7. 7 divided by 5 goes once, but there's a remainder of 2. 21 divided by 5 would go 4 times because 4 5s is 20, and I would have a remainder of 1. And 15 divided by 5 goes 3 times. That's our short division, and our last question is our long division. And this time we're doing 14s. We need some 14 times tables. So let's go 14 times 1 is 14. 14 times 2 equals 28. 14 times 3 equals, we're adding on another lot of 14, so that's going to make 30, 42. 14 times 4 is equal to 56. Should we do another one? 14 times 5 is equal to 70. Let's hope that that's enough, hey? All right, let's go here. We start with the first two numbers, 19. All right, 19, 14 is less than that. It's the only one. These are all too big. So that only goes once. So 19 divided by 14 goes once. But 1 times 14 is 14, so I need to write that underneath. And I subtract. 9 minus 4 is 5. 1 minus 1 is nothing. Bring the next number down, the 2. So up to 52. Let's have a look through. 56 is too big, so we want to do 42 here. So that's going to divide by 3. And 3 14s are 42. Now we want to subtract. 2 minus 2 is nothing, and 5 minus 4 is 1. So now I need to bring my next number down, which is a 0. And I have 100. So my numbers, I didn't go far enough. Let's do a few more. 14 times 6. Add on another 14 onto here. So it's going to be 84. 14 times 7 is going to be 98. Okay, we're not going to be able to, that's going to be the next one, isn't it? So 14 times 7, or 100 divided by 14 is going to go 7 times. And then I write the 98 down here because 7 14s are 98. And I subtract. Now I'm going to have to borrow from here to put it there. Borrow from there to make that a 9 to put it here. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 9 is nothing. And that's all. So I just have a 2 left as my remainder. Bringing down my last number is an 8. 28 is one of my times tables over here. So 28 divided by 14 goes exactly twice. So when I write the 28 down here, I have a 0 remainder. So 19,208 divided by 14 is 1,372. It's a bit of working out to do, isn't it? But they can be a bit of fun once you practice a bit, and it can be very satisfying to get these answers to work. So keep practicing and join me next time for some more lessons on whole numbers. Bye for now.